with classic Circuit of Ireland stages like Sally Gap and Agavana. This was where, for you in particular, the rally came to life.
By the time the rally completed the Sunday run, the loop of stages around Waterford, it was David Llewellyn taking charge. Jimmy McRae, the strongest challenger, was dropping back with gearbox problems, and after 30 stages, well past the halfway point, Llewellyn leading from Brooks in the Manta.
Jimmy McRae had been giving you a fair old battle up to that point, David. What sort of problems had you encountered?
The main problems we'd had was choosing the tyres for the stages. The weather was so changeable. You'd get some stages with heavy rain, and then the wind was blowing so strongly, like the next stage would be dry. So it was very difficult to choose in the service area, perhaps half an hour away from the stages, which tyres you're going to run on. So it was quite difficult.
A few bad choices made?
Yes, actually on Saturday, when Jimmy managed to get, I think, a minute in front of us at one time, we did have a particularly bad day on the choice of tyres. I think we got about 30% right, which isn't terribly good. But of course, it's only down to us. We choose them, so we must drive on them.
But as Jimmy's challenge dropped away, did you feel at that point that the event was as good as won?
Well, Jimmy had a gearbox problem and had dropped, I think, to about 6 minutes behind us. But I was still conscious of us having a problem, and Jimmy could very quickly be up with us again. So I was still trying to drive quite quickly to keep the buffer in between us.
Yes, it's still a very long run-in to Belfast in front of you. At this point, something like 250 stage miles.
As you say, you treated it with aggression, remaining pretty well fastest on the road to show the opposition that there was no prospect of being caught. Also showing the opposition how to take the more awkward corners. That's your approach. Russell Brooks, not quite so neat on this occasion. This is the Metro of Harry Toivonen, brother of the Monte Carlo winner Henry Toivonen, lying third here, but Harry crashed out shortly before the end of the rally. Austin McHale in the Manta took over third, along with Russell Brooks splitting the four-wheel drive finishers. McHale, he was just happy to finish the circuit for the first time in 8 attempts. Kale was pushed pretty hard by Mark Lovell in the RS200 towards the end. Lovell had been beset by all kinds of problems, including a severe bout of flu. But Lovell's prospects finally disappeared when he lost time at a service, incurring a crucial 10 seconds of road penalties. That despite some frantic efforts by his service crew. So that left the winners of the Circuit of Ireland, David Llewellyn and Phil Short, in the Opel Manta 400. And fourth, Mark Lovell and Peter Davis in the four-wheel drive Ford RS200. So pretty happy scenes in Belfast. David Llewellyn's first big international win, the first big win for Austin Rover and their MG Metro 6R4, and the first four-wheel drive car to win the Circuit of Ireland. And after 2 rounds, it leaves David Llewellyn out in front of the championship race, ahead of Russell Brooks in the rear-wheel drive Opel Manta, and in third place, the former world champion, Hannu Mikkola.
Well, that's the happy situation. We've been joined by the other member of the team, co-driver Phil Short. Now, Phil, you were a winner of this event, what, in a Porsche 911 back in 1973. Any contrast with this year's success?
Quite a lot of contrast. 73 was a rather lucky win. This year, we had a particular plan for the event, and we knew we'd come under a lot of pressure from Russell and Jimmy, but we just bounced the pressure right back at them and kept on going for the win.
Now, in your time, you've sat alongside just about the best in the business. What, Mikkola, Valdegaard, Walter Rall. How does this man rate alongside them?
Well, this man can be every bit as good as all of those gentlemen. He's a very intelligent driver, very talented naturally, and I'm sure he's going to go right to the top as they have.
Does it frighten you to hear praise like that?
Well, I've got a big handle here. I'm winding him up, really. Well, it's very nice of him to say it. It's very difficult to absorb, really. I'm a bit embarrassed by it, really, I think.
But you must achieve success in the next round, which is your own home round, the Welsh. Now, what are your thoughts for that one?
Well, I hope I'm a bit more lucky than Jimmy's been on his home event, the Scottish, because he's been denied of a win there over the past 10 years. I think he's been second about 4 or 5 times. So I certainly hope that doesn't happen to me. It will be total commitment on the Welsh, and I will definitely be going for a win, 10/10ths, if Phil will let the reins go.
Right. Well, that one is just about a month away. In the meantime, enjoy your success in Ireland.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.